For decades, Bruce Willis looked untouchable. The applause followed him everywhere, through blockbuster premieres, red carpets, magazine covers, and the kind of fame most actors spend their entire lives chasing. And honestly, that's what made the silence around him feel so strange later on. Even when the headlines slowly began changing, even when fans noticed moments that felt different, Hollywood kept celebrating the legend. But behind the sarcastic grin, the effortless charm, and the image of the unstoppable action hero, another story was reportedly unfolding, one connected to filmmaker Rob Reiner, a director many believe understood Bruce in ways few others ever did. Their relationship was never loud or dramatic in public. In fact, that was the mystery. Reiner rarely discussed Bruce openly, and Bruce rarely reflected on Reiner. Yet somehow, their names remained tied together through a deeply emotional chapter in Hollywood history that now feels far more significant than audiences realized at the time. What makes this story fascinating isn't scandal or rivalry. It's emotional silence, the kind that exists when two people understand truths no one else can fully see. Long before Bruce Willis became the symbol of toughness audiences adored, he was reportedly a deeply insecure young man trying to outrun self-doubt. He struggled with a stutter as a child, and according to those close to his early life, acting became an escape from fear and hesitation. On stage, he could transform into someone fearless. But many believe that confidence was always layered on top of anxiety. Even after fame arrived through moonlighting and later exploded worldwide with Die Hard, Bruce reportedly carried enormous pressure behind the scenes. Hollywood rewarded his charisma, his unpredictability, and his larger-than-life energy, but fame also trapped him inside the version of himself audiences wanted most, the invincible hero. According to insiders, exhaustion slowly began replacing excitement. Stories circulated about stress, emotional distance, and the overwhelming pressure of remaining a star in an industry terrified of aging. Then came an unexpected turning point when Bruce worked with Rob Reiner on The Story of Us, a quieter and more emotionally vulnerable film that surprised audiences used to seeing Bruce as an action icon. Reiner reportedly pushed him in ways few directors ever had, not physically, but emotionally. The film explored themes of regret, emotional disconnect, marriage, and vulnerability, subjects that mirrored parts of Bruce's real life during a period when his relationship with Demi Moore was constantly under media scrutiny. Many believe Reiner saw beneath Bruce's public image and recognized something audiences rarely noticed: emotional fatigue, fear of vulnerability, and the loneliness hidden beneath the confidence. Over time, as Bruce continued aging in Hollywood, his public image became more complicated. Some films succeeded while others faded quickly. Critics became harsher, and stories about his behavior reportedly surfaced more often. At the time, many people misunderstood what might have been happening beneath the surface. But years later, when Bruce Willis's family revealed his diagnosis of frontotemporal dementia, everything changed emotionally for the public. Moments that once felt confusing suddenly felt heartbreaking. Fans revisited old interviews, performances, and public appearances with entirely different eyes. And in many ways, people began reflecting on directors like Rob Reiner who may have recognized Bruce's emotional struggles long before the world understood them. Today, Bruce Willis's legacy feels larger than action movies or one-liners. Films like Pulp Fiction, The Sixth Sense, and Die Hard continue inspiring new generations, but audiences now seem more connected to the human being behind the legend. Because perhaps Bruce Willis was never truly unforgettable for looking fearless. Maybe he became unforgettable because, somewhere beneath the fame and toughness, audiences could always sense the vulnerable man quietly trying to hold himself together while the world kept demanding he remain larger than life forever.